City Wrestling.
Oh yeah, welcome to another edition of Grind City Wrestling. It's actually episode 262, if you can believe that. I am Dustin Starr, I am your host. Be sure to follow me at Dustin Starr and follow the show at Grind City Media. Take that subscribe button to Slap City wherever you're watching or listening, especially right here on YouTube. Last week, we want Cody or we want Rock. That dominated the conversation, and this week we're going to talk a little bit more about the road to WrestleMania, plus WWE SmackDown Live is coming to FedEx Forum in Memphis, Tennessee, and Devin might have a little bit of insight because he was just there live last week in Charlotte. We're going to talk to him about that, but let's not waste any time. Ladies and gentlemen, it's bell time. Introducing my co-host and my tag team partner. He really needs no introduction in the Memphis area. Ladies and gentlemen, it's Devin Walker. Baby!
We're here. We're in the building, bro. We are on the road. There's an echo. We're on the road to WrestleMania, and nobody loves the road to WrestleMania more than me, 5-star. So we're here. Let's get to it.
Well, I love it just as much as you do. There's only one thing better than being on the road to WrestleMania, and that's being on the road to Super Bout 3. Memphis Wrestling's 3-year anniversary blockbuster spectacular happens this Sunday. We'll catch up real quick with a couple of guys that sent in some very, very cool messages wishing us a happy 3 years, and we'll see them live in action coming up on Sunday. But got a lot to get to, man. First, what's new?
Man, nothing really. Like I said, like getting ready for the All-Star break. The well-earned All-Star break. Needed so bad to kind of recharge and refresh a little bit. But man, we're here, man. Look, one more game tonight. By the time they listen to this podcast, we'll be on the All-Star break. So hopefully we'll be kicked up and enjoying a little off time before we hit the long stretch to the end of the season.
Absolutely. Be sure to follow Devin on social media at Devin_Walker. For me, it all started during the ice storm where we had 7 games in 8 days. That's Hustle and Grizzlies. And then we had, 4 games in a row or something like that with Grizzlies and Hustle. And then now we have 3 home games this week. Then All-Star break. Could All-Star break have come at a better time for us?
Oh, it's the best. I love it so much. Get to finally take a breath, bro.
All right, you've been on the road a little bit. I'm going to catch up with you on that here in just a second. But you were at SmackDown Live in Charlotte last week. Also, will The Rock be in Memphis at SmackDown on March 15th at FedEx Forum? We're going to talk about that. We do have a little bit of a theory, believe it or not, and I'll share that with you in just a moment.
I need the internet to know what our theory is and let us know if they agree with us or not.
I love it. So anyways, we're going to get to the best wrestling we watched all week. First, we got to hear from Tommy Dreamer. Check this out.
Hey, this is Tommy Dreamer. I want to give a shout out to Memphis Championship Wrestling on celebrating 3 years being in business. That's a major, major accomplishment. But most importantly, this Sunday, I will be there celebrating with you. And you know what? I'm feeling a little hardcore. I'm feeling a little extreme. So let me say we part. See you Sunday.
Welcome back to Grind City Wrestling, the innovator of violence, ECW legend, TNA Wrestling superstar Tommy Dreamer returns to Memphis Wrestling for our Super Bout 3. Get your tickets at memphiswrestling.tv. I am a huge Tommy Dreamer fan. Also, Rhino is going to be there. We're going to hear from him in just a little bit. But first, what is the best wrestling that you watched all week, Devin? And this might be a little tricky because you were at SmackDown Live, but it was really good. Lots of really good stuff going on right now.
Yeah, I'll say that the best wrestling I saw was there's nothing in the world that beats a live WWE show. I think we talked about this before. Like they are first in class, high class, first in show when it comes to putting on a live television event. I was there in Charlotte. Shout out to our guys at WWE for hooking me up. Making it happen. But dude, there's nothing like a live WWE show. And because we're on the road to WrestleMania, things are amplified even more. Just so happened this Friday show was the night after the smack in Las Vegas. So of course, all the tensions were high. Triple H opens the show. I will say this though, 5-star. It's so cool to see Triple H in person, right? But it's so strange that he doesn't do when he gets to the ring, he doesn't do because he's corporate Triple H.
Nah, hold on a second. He's not Triple H anymore. He's Paul Triple H Levesque.
You're still Triple H, bro. Spit the damn water. So that was cool. But as a show, it was dope. I didn't get this. I got saw Orton. Orton wrestled in that one. I think he may have hurt his back with a superplex.
Orton looked like he was in a lot of pain, but also that's a part of the selling. So it's hard for anybody to judge. Was Orton really struggling with that back pain, or was it part of the sell? Either way, really, really good stuff.
Yeah, really good stuff from Orton. I still don't like Drew McIntyre. I will say the things I really, really love the most are the things that happen in the dark part of the show. And I guess I could talk about this on the show, kind of give our listeners some insight of what happened after the lights went off.
Yeah.
So Gunther wrestles in the main event, right? Show goes off. Gunther's in the ring, just chilling. Guess who music hits? Guess what music hits, 5-star? Guess whose music hit?
Well,
and the crowd went crazy.
It's got to be one or two guys, just based off of popularity right now and storylines. It was either R-Truth.
Ding, 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 ding,
There
ding.
you go. And the other was going to be Jey Uso because they've got a feud going on. But of course, R-Truth is the most over athlete that they have. It's incredible.
His music hits. He's from Charlotte, North Carolina, apparently.
Okay.
So he comes out, what's up? The crowd's going crazy for him. He gets in the ring. He's like, Gunther. And he's like doing his whole thing. And Gunther's like, get out of my ring. I don't want you in my ring. And he's like, Charlotte, North Carolina. Shall I get out of the ring? They're like, no. And he's like, well, I ain't leaving. And then Gunther hits him, boom, boom, runs him to the ropes. He reverses it. 5 moves of death. If you know,
yes.
And John Cena taught him the 5 moves of death. He hits the 5 moves of death. Gunther rolls out of the ring. The man gets a crazy pop. I'm like, let's go, R-Truth. So R-Truth, Gunther, the one of the longest reigning Intercontinental champions, backpedaling. So shout out R-Truth for that one, for getting him that love in his hometown, Charlotte, North Carolina. And the second thing, which I think is probably the most amazing thing that I've seen second time in a row in a live show. So you remember when we had a live show a couple months ago, Dominic Mysterio had wrestled a match on TV, but they left him in the ring. And Cody comes out, does this whole spiel, hits him with a couple crossroads, 5 seconds, 1, 2, 3, he's out. I think, and I told you, I was like, I think Cody just did that because he knows people are there to see him. So he makes sure to make an appearance for people to see him. Charlotte, North Carolina, 5-star. He doesn't show up during the television broadcast, but the final match is Cody Rhodes versus. Hold on, I gotta go check it.
Like this is the main event dark match after the television show ends.
After the television show ends, it's Cody Rhodes versus somebody. Cody Rhodes does all of his, everything, the pyro. By the way, I tweeted it. I tweeted about Orton, but Cody Rhodes, bro. That's why real entrance music matters, bro.
Yes.
The whole crowd knows this song, word by word. He comes out, wins the match real quick.
Whoa!
I love it. Then he hits the pyro. By the way, Cody Rhodes has all the pyro budget in WWE right now. Nobody else has more pyro than Cody.
He's the man.
He's the man. He does his stuff. Blah, blah, blah. He wins the match. After is what the part I really love. So he gets the microphone. He's like, I just want to thank all y'all for coming out tonight. He said, little do y'all know, I was born in Charlotte, North Carolina. Crazy pop. Oh my God. So he tells the ring announcer, I don't know who it is because he's not Samantha Irvin. He says
Austin. I'll look it up while you're talking.
Whatever the hell his name is.
I follow him. I think he's actually from Millington, Tennessee.
Really? Okay. He tells him to get in the ring. He says, I need you to do me a favor. He said, I need you to do me a favor. He said, I want you, because I was born in Charlotte, North Carolina, I need you to redo my intro and say
Austin Marino. Austin Romero. I'm sorry, Austin Romero. If I'm correct.
Austin Romero, he says, because I was born in Charlotte, North Carolina, and we are in Charlotte, North Carolina, I want you to redo my ring entrance, but say Cody Rhodes, the American Nightmare from Charlotte, North Carolina. So of course, the pop is crazy. He does it. Cody hugs everybody, bro. So I said all this to say, I really think I have this theory. We have another theory too. I have this theory that Cody Rhodes comes to these shows, city to city, night by night, He knows people are there to see him. He may not be on the TV script or the TV planning, but he wants to make sure. He probably told them, "I want to make sure I show my face to these fans every city we go to, because that's how much they mean to me." So I don't know if I'm right or wrong about that. Y'all let me know in the comments. But this is the second time where he's on a dark spot. He's not on a television show, but he's been in a dark spot just to show his face to the fans. So salute Cody Rhodes. Salute to you, man. I hope you finish your story. Psych!
Right. Yeah. I do think it's cool. I think it's super cool. Cody is every bit of a gentleman as he looks like he is on TV. We've met him. He's been in the studio, did interviews with us. He's totally great. We are going to talk about that theory here in just a second. But, man, Cody is very cool. It's good. And SmackDown's a little bit different because it's not a 3-hour program. So, you got your 2-hour program, and then you got a little bit of room afterwards where you can do some fun stuff with the R-Truth and Cody Rhodes and guys who aren't on the show but the fans want to see. And then on the way out, possibly buy that T-shirt or buy that foam thinger or something like that on the way out. The best wrestling that I watched all week does not touch what you just said. It wasn't Charlotte SmackDown. It was Memphis Wrestling, and only because it's got over 500,000 views right now. James Ellsworth and Nix fighting in the main event on Memphis Wrestling was some highly viewed and very, very, I want to say funny, but there's a spot where Nix is going, "Shmi, give it to me, come on," because we do men versus women at Memphis Wrestling. Intergender wrestling is pretty much normal at this point. We've had a TNA Impact Wrestling World Champion be a female at this point. So of course Ellsworth looks at the crowd. He's like, "Hey, what do you think?" Boom. Punches are right out. Everybody's like, "Oh!" And so that's real hot on the internet right now. Big shout out to James Ellsworth. Always does really good work. What was that?
Yeah, I said, of course that goes viral.
Right. But anyways, here in just a second, we've got some news and notes, and we have our theory about The Rock and also FedEx Forum SmackDown March 15th. But first, we caught up with another man who's going to be out at Super Bout 3 this Sunday, and he's got a special message, or should I say, perhaps a warning. Check this out.
It's Memphis Wrestling's 3-year anniversary this Sunday, and I think I'll celebrate by ripping someone in half with a gore.
Welcome back. Yo, Devin, are you the one that's going to get the gore?
No. We talk about the hierarchy of spears in the wrestling history, and that's one of them I never want to take in my life. Some guys really do their spear and like guide guys down and help them out. Rhino was trying to split you in half every single time.
That's what he said. I'm going to split some money in half.
Yeah. He is no.
Go back in the archives.
Top 3 spears of all time.
Go back in the archives. We talked to Rhino all about that. He gave us his favorites and he told us why. So that's grindcitymedia.com/podcast. Okay, so now to the theory. All right, so we will get The Rock and Roman Reigns on SmackDown this Friday. Okay, so I'm sitting here thinking, and also talking to some of the folks at FedEx Forum, because we are pretty sure that this show is going to sell out. Memphis doesn't really sell out prior. They sell out the week of. It's kind of a walk-up town. I know I hate that. It's an old cliche. It's a walk-up town, but Memphis really is a walk-up town. You sell more tickets the week of than you do anything, especially for a Friday night event. But hear me out here, Devin. If you look at a calendar and you assume that The Rock is going to work every other week leading up to WrestleMania 40, then guess where Memphis falls?
We fall in every other week.
Oh yeah. If The Rock is to do every other week, because after the press conference, he was not on SmackDown last week, but he's on SmackDown this week. And of course, we're just pulling this out of thin air, but we literally looked at a calendar and was like, okay, if he works every other SmackDown leading up to WrestleMania on March 15th, he will be in Memphis, Tennessee. What are the chances? And hear me out here for just a second. You mentioned R-Truth. R-Truth started his wrestling career in Memphis, Tennessee as K-Quick, right? The Rock started his wrestling career here in Memphis, Tennessee. 2 years ago. The Rock, yeah, Flex Kavana. The Rock had Young Rock recorded right here in Memphis, Tennessee. Memphis Wrestling was a huge part of that. It was awesome. I never did get to meet The Rock, though. He did not show up at the Wrestle Center, but a couple of our wrestlers and the actors, they did get to meet him. So to have The Rock return to Memphis with Young Rock, him starting his career here as Flex Kavana, et cetera, et cetera, et cetera, I think it would be huge.
Oh yeah, I love your theory, 5-star. I've never loved the theory more than you have. This theory may be your greatest theory that you come up with of all time. No Austin.
We were literally sitting there at catering and talking about, man, I hope it sells out. I said, I think it will. They're selling out everywhere, especially if we get The Rock. And he said, well, they haven't told me that yet. It's like, okay, well, here, let's do some wrestling math. And looked at the calendar.
Hashtag wrestling math.
Hashtag wrestling math. All right, so I got a couple more news and notes. Rock potentially could be here in Memphis at FedEx Forum on March 15th. That would be absolutely spectacular. But last week I asked you if the boss, if Mercedes Moné, Sasha Banks, will she sell out the TD Garden in Boston? And guess what?
I said no.
It's almost sold out, brother.
It is. Okay. Prove me wrong then, boss. Prove me wrong.
So AEW has this unique way of making a show bigger than all their other shows for no reason other than Tony Khan announced it. You know what I mean?
Yeah,
like the Wembley Stadium separates itself from AEW Dynamite that might have had 1,500 people there last week. You know what I'm saying? Or Tony Khan makes an announcement about a big Boston show, and they have the boss with the 2 S's with the $ sign on the end. He makes the announcement that in 5 weeks it's going to happen, and then people start buying tickets for it. And then meanwhile, you see Dynamite and Collision and all that stuff are not really drawing. What gives, man?
I think it's a mind F, bro. It's a mind trick. To wrestling fans, they think because it came out of Tony Khan's mouth that it means more, right? And I guess not to discredit our wrestling fans because we love our wrestling fans so much, but I really think a lot of the allure. I guess we can get this is really deep into wrestling, but a lot of the allure of wrestling is brainwashing, right? You're brainwashing a crowd to believe that this thing is happening in front of me is actually happening in front of me, right? The result actually matters. So I think in that aspect, I think that makes sense for Tony Khan to come on the microphone and say, this is the biggest, this fans are like, oh my God, it is. So they go buy tickets. So he doesn't do that for Dynamite, or he doesn't do that for the other shows, but I don't know.
What happens next?
The brainwashing of wrestling.
So Mercedes Moné helps sell out the TD Garden. What happens next?
Nothing.
I mean, look at all the others. Edge, Christian, and I'm not dogging Edge and Christian and stuff like that. I'm just saying that the newness, the superstarness, the ratings, ticket sales, all that stuff kind of seems to dwindle after they make that initial pop. Yeah, that initial pop, that initial debut. Okay, another question. What in the hell is AEW doing? Have you seen where Max Caster did a rap about Buddy Matthews? What is it, by Dominic and Rhea Ripley? So in his rap, he talks about Dom and Rhea making fun of Buddy Matthews, who Buddy Matthews is, I think, married to Rhea Ripley. Mm-hmm. And then he got Rhea Ripley and Dom trending worldwide.
Wait, what do you say?
By his promo on AEW.
What do you say?
Something about Dom being with Rhea, and that's Buddy's girl. He was rapping on Buddy, but it got them trending instead of AEW trending. So he basically, Max Caster.
Oh no.
During his rap, helped the WWE. What are they doing?
I saw the rap he did on the indie show that made some people mad. You see that?
I don't know if I saw that one.
Hold on, let me see if I can find it real quick.
You got to send it to me. Also, while I'm on the topic of that, while you're looking for that, Darby Allin's promo this week mentioning the smart EVP that left the company was the one that brought him in. Again, helping.
No. I see the line now from AEW Dynamite. Oh shit, that's out of pocket. Wow.
Yeah. Are you talking about the Cody one?
No, the 4-letter jab. Starts with a C.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know if I can say it on this podcast, but yeah. He's
Should I bleep it?
No, I don't believe
Yeah.
it.
But anyways, he says this, and now Dom and Rhea Ripley start trending with WWE. Same thing happens the other day. Our Darby Allin mentioning the smart EVP that left the company, and he's not talking about Kenny Omega, that type of thing. Talking about Cody, and then all of a sudden Cody chants start happening at an AEW show. What the hell are they doing? Get your guys over, not the other guys.
They're hustling backwards, man. I don't know what's going on in AEW. If I'm being real, I haven't really sat down and watched an AEW program, like a full AEW show in a while. I haven't watched it in a while.
Man, I do for this podcast alone, and then of course I book a lot of those guys, so I'm kind of trying to stay involved or stay in it and know what's going on. My last question: what happens at AEW Revolution with Sting?
This is the last match, right?
Yeah, hear me out here. They attack, they being the EVPs, the Young Bucks.
They beat the shit out of his brother, his son.
Sting, they beat his two sons with baseball bats. I think they bloodied Sting up and everything. And by the way, Darby Allin didn't mention any of that in his promo. Instead, he was wasting his time talking about Cody and EVPs or whatever. But with all that said, this is your last match. And by the way, poor Big Bill and Ricky Starks got out of there pretty quick, right?
Yeah, I love that. I'm not gonna
lie.
That is one thing I saw. I love the imaging of beating the crap out of somebody wearing white suits.
Yes, that was good. That was good.
That's great imaging. I love that part.
But how quickly did they have to get the titles off Big Bill and Ricky Starks in order to put the Young Bucks against Sting and Darby at Revolution? Man, they did that so fast. But what happens at Revolution? Sting is now a tag team champion. It's always been said that on your way out, you pass the torch. You do the favor on the way out. Is Sting going to retire as a tag team champion? Or will the Young Bucks win the championships over Sting in his last match?
I think that we're going to have a pass the torch moment in a different way. I think he's going to turn on Darby.
Really?
Yeah.
But if he turns on Darby, he can't retire.
That's why I thought his last match would be against Darby. I think that'd be cool. Like, that's the pass the torch moment, right?
Wrestling is a work, so anything can happen. Just because they say it's a last match doesn't mean it really is.
Yeah, I think his last match should be against Darby Allin. And then that's the passing the torch moment of like you're the new me, you know? That's my thing. Do you have the Jade Cargill thing in your notes?
I do not have the Jade Cargill. There's a lot of rumors circulating about her right now.
I don't know how I feel about this, 5-star.
Which part?
The part that she's not going to be a part of Elimination Chamber. Like, what are we doing?
That's okay.
What are we doing?
But WrestleMania is right around the corner. Maybe there's a bigger debut in store.
Okay.
Maybe there's a bigger story.
I'll take your word for it. I just need Jade Cargill on my TV.
You put Jade Cargill in the Elimination Chamber and then she doesn't win, then what does that mean?
That's true.
So it's
she has to dominate.
I think she does have to dominate. I think there's a better story coming up. Any other news and notes?
I think that's it. I found the Matt Caster thing. If you want, I'll play it real quick. Not the one about Dominic, but this is the one. He was in an indie show. He said this in the ring.
You want to try me on the mic? Get a different plan, because I'm freaky with the words like I'm Vince McMahon.
Wow. That was right after the week after the Vince McMahon stuff came out.
Did you hear what Bret Hart had to say?
Oh no, what Bret say?
Man, he was killing Vince.
He hates him though, doesn't he?
He hates him. He said that every ounce of respect that he ever had for Vince McMahon has gone away. He's disgusted. So now all these guys are coming out against Vince and talking, they couldn't do it for all this time. Like, how long has Bret Hart been waiting to say some of that stuff?
Oh yeah, he's been waiting to get that shit off his chest for sure. He's hated Vince for years.
Yeah. Well, we got a whole lot of wrestling coming up, starting with this Friday and Saturday. Memphis Wrestling premieres on Action News 5+. That's 11 p.m. on Friday, 11 a.m. on Saturday. We're on the road to Super Bout 3, and this week we've got WWE Hall of Famer Eddie Long returns to Memphis Wrestling on the program this week. And of course, he's going to put somebody one-on-one with the Undertaker player.
Yeah.
We don't have the... I mentioned that Super Bout 3 is this Sunday at the Wrestle Center, 3296 Winbrook Drive, along with several other events that are coming up very soon. It's a star-studded lineup. You don't believe me? Check it out.
Don't miss Memphis Wrestling Live this weekend. Starting this Sunday, February 18th, it's our 3-year anniversary blockbuster Super Bout 3, featuring The Gun Show versus Cruel one-on-one, plus special guests Tommy Dreamer and Rhino. Reserve your seat today. Saturday, February 24th, Memphis Wrestling returns to Strayhorn, Mississippi for another huge fundraiser benefiting the Strayhorn Band. Get your tickets in advance and save $2. Sunday, March 3rd is our next free watch party at Dave & Buster's. Watch AEW Revolution with us. It's free. Plus, you'll get a free power card. That's Dave & Buster's in Memphis. Breaking news, Sunday, March 10th, the Murder Hawk Monster, Lance Archer, returns to Memphis Wrestling. Sunday, March 24th, Hammerstone is coming to Memphis Wrestling. Sunday, April 21st, Buff Daddy returns to Memphis Wrestling. All tickets are on sale now. Get yours right now at memphiswrestling.tv.
Welcome back. We got a lot going on, Devin. What's going on with you this weekend?
Man, I'm kicking my feet up 5-star All-Star Weekend. We got our boy Vince Williams in the Rising Stars game on Friday, so I'll be locked in on that. I'll be watching everything, but I'll be consuming everything. But your boy's gonna have his feet kicked up 5-star, have a nice cold beverage right next to me. I might roll one up. I don't know what's about to happen. But we about to chill 5-star and really enjoy this All-Star break because we need a break, man. We need a freaking break.
I'm coming to hang out with you every day except for Sunday, because Sunday I'll be live at the Wrestle Center.
Oh,
That's
wait,
all the time.
You'll have a show Sunday?
I've only been saying it about 10 times this whole podcast.
Okay,
yes,
so
this Sunday we celebrate 3 years.
Wait, the Wrestle Bout 3, Super Bout 3 is this Sunday.
This Sunday.
I'll be there, and I'm gonna bring.
You
I'm gonna bring someone who's never seen a wrestling show in her life, and so she's from Montana. Never mind. We'll talk about that later.
You don't even have to go there.
Wrestling show. I'm gonna bring it with me.
All right, so Tommy Dreamer, Rhino, they're on the bill. Also, the Monster Cruel has possession of the Memphis Heritage Championship, and the Gun Show is on the injured list. Will he be ready for action at Super Bout 3? Get those tickets right now, memphiswrestling.tv. You can save $5 with the code word SUPER at checkout. That's all the time we have this week on Grind City Wrestling. I am Dustin Starr. He is Devin Walker, baby. And so long, everybody. Oh, yeah.